Hey, everybody!
Hey!
Good to see
What up?
you.
What
We're here.
up?
We are here. We're here. It's Are You Serious? And we are. We're serious as we can possibly be. Haven't
Whoa,
haven't haven't.
yikes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I cough alert.
wear a mask. So how we doing in general?
Great.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You're live. That's good.
I have to go back to the office on Tuesday and Thursday, so that's good.
Wow.
What's up with Wednesday?
I didn't even know there was still a Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, so it's like every other day I have to go to work now.
Oh.
Oh wow.
No bueno.
That blows.
This is
Or does
literally
it?
the only day of the week I have to do something. So every day I'm like, is it Saturday? Do I have to do something today? No, okay, okay.
We gotta give it up for the real heroes, the people who have been furloughed and laid off that are just trying to get through a Tuesday. You know what I mean? Give it up for them, America.
Well, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. To entertain the shit out of them. You know? We don't enjoy this. We hate this.
Mm-mm.
But it's for all those
Wait.
people.
Wait, my stories are great. You hate my stories, Tom?
I just host the show. I don't listen to any of it.
Your
So-
fake stories are definitely better than the real ones.
So let's go around the horn here. Casey, Daniel, Jesse, Kira. Just say who you are for those people out there. Hey, out there in the present and in the future who don't know yet.
Hi, Casey, Sick Puppies Comedy. And I'm probably going to tell a lie tonight. That's true. That's going to happen. Hi.
I'm Daniel. I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
I'm also alive, and that feels great. I'm glad to be alive with you. Thank you.
Yikes. I'm Jessie. I'm a Boca girl. I'm part of Sick Puppies Comedy. I'm a pretty bad liar, so here's hoping I get a real true story tonight.
I'm Kira. I am sometimes a Florida girl, sometimes an Atlanta girl. Most of the time, just confused. I think most of the stories I sent to Tom were pretty embarrassing, but I'm also a bad liar, so I don't know what I'm hoping for tonight, to be honest.
Mhm. Wow. And Jesse, you're a Boca girl and a bad liar. That's like a contradiction in terms.
Hold on, Jeff. I'd like to see your manager, Tom.
Okay. Yeah. So here we are, and the name of the game is Are You Serious? And what we do is, as Kira has alluded to, each of our contestants, our panelists tonight, have sent me in the past some nuggets of truth about them, some stuff that they've done or experienced or seen or whatever in the past, and we're going to be exposing some of those tonight, or we're going to be exposing a lie that I've made up for them. They haven't seen what they're going to be talking about, and they have to somehow convince everyone that whether it's the lie or the truth, that it's the truth. And if the other team guesses correctly or incorrectly, they get or don't get a point. Whoever gets the most points wins. And if it ends in a tie, nobody wins, and it never happened. Okay, so why don't we get started? Let's start, as we always do, with 12 o'clock here. That's Casey. So
Yeah.
Casey,
Yeah.
are
Here we
you
go.
ready? Are you
I'm
ready?
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Here's Casey's truth, or is it a lie?
I once helped steal an inflatable blizzard off the roof of a Dairy Queen.
Okay.
Okay, my first question, they're inflatable? I thought they were like heavy plastic. I never would have thought those were inflatable.
Well, so like when you look at anything that has like the ropes that come down from it that like hold it in place so that the wind doesn't take it away.
Sure.
I don't know what Dairy Queen you were going to, but
Okay.
Hey, Casey, where was this?
This was in Littleton. This is during high school times.
Okay.
Who did you help steal this with? Who did you help steal this for?
Okay, so this was during senior prank, which is no longer a thing because I went to Columbine High School. And
Okay.
so there was a prank sheet of like all these different things that you could steal, and it had like different points that were associated to it. And 3,000 points went to if you could go to the Dairy Queen and steal the Blizzard off the roof. Also, things on the list were light bars from cop cars. If you could carve out the year that the graduating students in the yard, Taco Bell packet, a Polaroid picture with actual Mexican person at a Mexican restaurant, stuff like that.
Well,
How did you prove that they were Mexican?
This is before racism wasn't okay.
We're not going to answer. There's so many bad answers to that question. We're not even going to go
did you
there.
find one?
What was that?
Did you find one?
I got the Blizzard,
No.
which was 3,000 points. The only thing that was worth more was the light bar off the cop car. And that was bad.
Yeah,
But we got that too.
That was worth 3 to 10.
Minimum.
Yeah.
So were you like divided into teams? How did that work? Who was
What's
on
that?
Were you divided into teams?
Yeah, so every senior had their own kind of like list or point system that they had to go with.
Individually?
Mm-hmm. But like they would like pair up and work together in teams. I think this is like my sophomore year of high school. And
Stable internet, guys.
what's up? Oh,
Hello.
hey.
Oh, okay.
We're relocating the laundry room. You know, the internet's a little bit spotty there.
Okay.
Well,
So
we're better to remove spots than the laundry room.
so
Wait, I want to know. I mean, this doesn't sound easy to do. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How do you get something of that size off of a roof and to somewhere else?
well, it's inflatable. So
Did you float away on it? I don't understand.
no, you just
You ever see the movie Up?
you just cut a hole in it and you rip it down and you cut off the ropes that hold it down and you throw it down and you throw it in a pickup truck and you drive away with it.
Sounds college level, actually. I don't know if this is high school shit.
It's pretty good, except for 2 years later, they stopped doing this because,
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
you get it now.
Did you get in trouble? Were there any consequences?
People got arrested.
Oh.
So the people that took the light bar. So what happened was there was a funeral that day, and it was a cop's funeral, and so there were a lot of cops that were like off duty, and so when the word got out that someone's light bar had been removed from a cop car, and I don't know if it's this way anymore. This is a 20-year-old story, but bars used to just be attached by magnets, so you could just pick them up and remove them off of cop cars. It's kind of like a Domino's pizza sign. They went crazy because they had a bad day, and they arrested high school kids for high school pranks.
Okay.
How did you get on top of the Dairy Queen? And how did you get like up How did you get to the inflatable thing?
Did Katie
So
jump?
most buildings have a little ladder that comes off the roof. That's like a fire escape type of a thing. So you just need a short ladder to get up to that ladder, and then you're good.
Okay, red team, I need you to confer to
I
decide
don't-
whether or not Casey is telling a truth or telling a lie. Did Casey once help steal an inflatable blizzard off the roof of a Dairy Queen?
What do you think, Daniel? Those are some good details.
This could go either way. Like, the first thing I thought is, if I really did this, I would be so happy to tell the story because it's so fun to pull that off. And there's no glee in this man's face.
Right, it's kind of like a somber story.
I saw more glee in his face when he talked about punching a man of the cloth. So
Right.
it's a good chance he's hiding his glee because it's a true story.
It was an inflatable man of the cloth. I don't think he told you that.
That's why he knocked him so easily.
The rope.
I like your logic, Daniel. I think Casey has a better time telling lies, which leads me to believe this is the truth.
But this also sounds like something Tom would have done.
I know. I was thinking that. I don't think Lucy did it, but I bet Tom did.
What would Tom do?
So we need a consensus. This guy.
I say true.
Okay, we're going with true.
You're going with true? Okay.
Why not?
It turns out to be
Oh!
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we won.
Did someone actually get arrested for the light bar?
Damn.
Yikes!
He's still behind bars? He's still serving time for that?
No, he's a senator. Yeah. Yeah, it was an awesome time. I was a sophomore in high school, and I got the privilege to go out on senior night to go through this scavenger hunt, and it was a blast. There's so much other stuff that happened that night that was amazing, and it definitely needed to be kiboshed. Even though our senior prank, my senior year, was pretty unbelievable as well, but that's a different lie that I'll tell you some other time.
Yeah. That's
You're like the queen of pranks, right, Casey?
that shit's right up my alley.
You call me the queen of pranks?
The Dairy Queen.
Ah!
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, son.
Yay. Okay.
He's
Okay, let's move on.
serving up the jokes.
Let's move on. Daniel, are you ready?
Yo!
Okay, we've got Daniel's truth or is it a lie coming up now. Blue team, you can get even or you can fall far behind. Here we go.
I once convinced my dentist that I was hard of hearing, so he'd stop talking politics to me while I was being worked on.
Where are we?
My life is a Curb Your Enthusiasm, is what I'm trying to tell you.
When was this, Daniel?
This was right after I got back from Japan, so it would have been. Let me do quick math. Probably 6 or 7 years ago, and not in Florida, in Torrance, California.
Ooh,
How did you do it?
Excuse me?
How did you do it? How did you convince him?
So I'm pretty sociable, as you know. I carried on conversations with the dentist as I normally would. And after an appointment or two, that's when he started to spew toxicity.
What was he saying?
It was okay. It started with Obama being from Kenya.
That's true. He is from Kenya. He probably brought that China virus back
From Europe. Yeah.
It started there. He didn't take the hint that I was uncomfortable. That was that was towards the end of an appointment, so I just started to worry. I needed to go back for a root canal procedure. They had just identified that I had it. So in my head, I'm like, I don't want to be sitting there. This guy's got tools in my mouth. What do I do? So as soon as I came in, I started, it was really half baked, but I started to go, huh? What? And then I just told them like, I really can't hear well on this side. And thank God, or whoever he prays to, he didn't switch sides on me and start telling me about weapons of mass destruction and all this other stuff he was going off on.
Do you have a plan for if he did that? Because like that's a pretty half-baked plan, like easily solvable from his standpoint.
Well, I ended up in Torrance after moving back from Japan. I didn't have a dentist. I didn't really plan to go to one until I had severe pain in my tooth, right? So I found this guy based on the insurance we had. I didn't know, I got no I don't even know how to say it. I had no references because I barely knew anyone in California. So I picked his name literally off a list. And so my plan, long story short, was to find a new fucking dentist as soon as that was done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did he first try to talk louder, or did he just take the hint right away?
I could tell he wanted to keep talking, but he stopped. Funny thing, my first time going there, I saw a car with a really weird bumper sticker on it. It looked like Obama's like logo when he was running, but it said Ebola in those letters, and it said Obama's legacy, and that stood out. Does anyone know this bumper sticker?
Obama should be let go because of the 4 people that died from Ebola. That outbreak was.
You mean the little Ebola? Little Ebola.
I mean, one day there's just going to be a big disease, and it's going to make other politicians look bad. Someday. Anyway, I saw that sticker, and I remember it now, but it just, I didn't think too much about it until the second appointment when he started to say all that shit, and it all came together full circle.
Ooh.
Okay. Any other questions? No, are you guys ready to confer and decide whether he's telling the truth or telling a lie?
Kira?
I feel like it's true.
I feel like it's true as well. God, I hate Dennis.
Tom doing this, but I do think it's true.
I actually pretended to be a dentist for 1 year.
What?
It was actually 2013, and Tom.
Got great parking spots. But
Tom was walking like 12 of us in Sick Puppies. It was weird.
Hey man, I
agreeing...
opened my mouth for you, and I'm upset that I didn't.
Oh, so are we all. You say it's true.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with true.
Okay. It is. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's the stupidest lie I could come up with, but it's a lie.
I'm so proud of you.
I feel bad.
Jesse, you could not have sounded more like a fucking mom.
Go, Daniel. You go. You lie your little heart out.
Honestly, Jesse, you kind of sound like Marsha.
Oh, you know what? All right, relax. Okay.
I have seen that Ebola sticker, by the way, and it annoyed me a lot. So that's true.
Incredible.
Time for a new sticker.
I have to say, as a neutral observer, I thought you did a really good job just now with that one because I wrote it and I thought, yeah, he did. Wow. So very convincing. Nice job.
Thanks, guys.
Nice snow job. Okay, Jesse, we're up to you now. Are you ready?
Okay.
You could help your team pull out a commanding lead right
What I
now.
thought? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm winning.
Yeah, you are winning. You're winning. Winning. Here we go.
Okay. Okay, I once ruined a surprise birthday party by telling the birthday girl about it just before she walked into the room. This is like cringy for me to even think about. Brings back a lot of emotions for me.
Yeah, when was it?
I was like 16. I just started to drive. That's an important detail.
Okay.
So it was a girl I played soccer with on Team Boca. I was a travel soccer superstar, if you will. And she was having a birthday party at the Melting Pot, right? We all know the Melting Pot. And I didn't get the information that it was a surprise, that her mom must not have told me, right? So that would have been fine had I been on time. Okay. But unfortunately, I was like 15 minutes late, and this was like a critical 15 minutes, you know what I mean? So I show up at the Melting Pot, and me and the girl, her name is Erin, we arrived at the same time, and I was like, Erin, happy birthday, here's your gift. And she was like confused as fuck, right? And then we opened the door, and everyone was surprise. Yeah, and so immediately I knew, fuck, I fucked this up, fuck up to her, and it's like I'm cringing telling you guys this story. Yeah, that's it. Your classic ruining of a birthday.
So like her mom, it sounds like her mom planned it. What was her reaction?
I guess the embarrassment was sort of like contained. Like I don't think she played it off that she was surprised, if you will, but like me and her both know, like we had like I fucking ruined her surprise party. Like there's no confusion about that. Yeah. And I actually I kind of blame my mom, because I'm pretty sure like back in the day, like her mom called my mom and gave her the details that then trickled down to me. So like as far as the information, there was a surprise, like it's on my mom,
So is it 16 a little bit old for like parents to?
It's a lie. Oh, was I not supposed to say that yet? Oh shit! I ruined. No, just kidding. Okay. It was.
I feel like 16 is a little bit old to be invited to parties by parents.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I think the mom just assumed that I was like irresponsible, and thought that would make more sense. And then I proved her right because I was late, And I think I was late because I was getting a gift on the way, like a real asshole. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I would have been late, but only because I would have been driving around saying, do I really have to go to the Melting Pot? Jesus. Do I really have to go to the Melting Pot?
Cool. We get to go out so I can cook my dinner. Cool.
Yeah, right.
You guys, Melting Pot is so good. The cheese fondue.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. I'll go to the Melting Pot. I'll go to the Melting Pot now.
Any of us would go to the Melting Pot now.
I think a 16-year-old girl would love a pot of chocolate.
Right?
Well, yeah, sure.
From what I know, and I don't know much. That and
I don't know much.
The Babysitter's Club books. That's what I think.
Don't know much about Melting.
I'm literally like, I can't even think about it, you guys. I'm getting upset.
Okay, she's getting upset, people. She's getting upset.
It was dark. Like I was like, fuck? Like, I can't.
This
I
sounds
would
like
have
bullshit.
like I at the perfect time.
What'd you
If
say,
I was-
Casey?
This sounds like fucking. This sounds like bullshit, Jesse.
Guys, I am traumatized about this. Like, I have a thing about surprise parties now. Like, I go like it's I have a complex about it.
Yeah, you have a lot of complexes, so I don't think it's this one though.
Come
This
on.
is this is
Everybody
either,
knows you're too simple for a complex.
it's either a
Everyone
true
knows that.
story
Oh,
or a
Rude.
groundbreaking way to lie.
Yes.
That's all I'll say.
I think she's lying. I don't think you should be this upset about it.
okay.
Okay.
So the two of you discussed it. Casey and Kira come up with a
This
consensus.
is bullshit.
Yeah, I think so too.
You had to be there. It was upsetting.
So you're saying that it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Here we go. It's true. It's true.
Oh man, I'm getting.
I can't. I honestly like. I hate that story so much.
Well,
You know what? This game-
maybe, but that story just gave you the 3.3 zip.
Hey,
Like,
crazy.
Winner
no-
takes all. I'm that confident.
This is crazy.
This is flying away from you guys like an inflatable blizzard.
Wait, okay, so
I'd rather have COVID.
is this strategy here to convince you that I'm lying if it's true? Like, will that get us some points?
I don't know, Kira. I don't know anymore.
Get
I
it
don't
done.
know. I don't know. I don't know. I just push buttons. Okay. So wow, this is really an interesting. That's really a weird. That's a cool story, actually. People have. I ruined a surprise party once too. It was my own, which was really cool. I swear.
Better.
Tell you about that offline sometime. But
Oh.
to ruin a surprise party literally 30 seconds before the
Oh.
person's about to walk into the room.
All the stars that had to align for that.
Really, that is not easy.
That's
not
that's
easy.
also very Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's college level stuff. Okay, so let's round it out. We got Kira. Are you ready? Here
I'm
we
ready.
go.
I once got scolded because I had been taking notes during a funeral service.
Oh, was it the cop's funeral from Casey's story?
They don't scold you; they arrest you.
Okay. So
Okay.
I was in college and I was covering the beat for the newspaper because I was a journalism major. And
Covering the beat.
sorry, we just called it the beat. Like government was like the beat. So I was in Madison, which is the capital state. So like we're all super into politics and stuff.
Wow.
And Senator Baldwin, one of her daughters got into this horrible car crash.
Oh, jeez.
It was horrible. So they sent me to cover the funeral, which was super awkward for me. Like I had never really been to a funeral. I had 4 grandparents until like 5 years ago. Yeah. But still, I was like in my late 20s when I lost my first grandparent. Like I'd never even been to a funeral. So I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to act. And like my notebook is like my safe space. Like I'm a writer. So I knew that 1, I needed to cover all this. And 2, I'm like feeling super awkward. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want anyone to look at me. And I'm like, you know, trying to get a summer internship. So I'm like, I have to be meticulous about this. And I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to write literally everything down. So I'm doing all the like classic journalism school stuff where it's like, capture the atmosphere. So I'm just, you know, like, one with glasses in the back is standing very close to a woman who's much older than him. Could they be colleagues? Could they be more? Or are they actually married? I wonder if they're a victim. It's like most of the people here seem very somber, but there is some very lively talk. It is very obviously a politicized event. Are people networking? Like I'm just like writing all these thoughts down.
Kira, when you said capture the atmosphere, I pictured you walking up to the casket and like trying to, you know, I gotta really dive in. put myself in her place. Kind of.
Oh my God, in her shoes.
I didn't do that. I stayed away from the open viewing. I went to one of those when I was really little. My great grandmother when I was 5 and scared the shit out of me. So it was like, I am never doing that again. Stayed out of that room. Luckily, didn't have to. For a minute, I was like, do I need to like take a photo of this? And I was like, no, that's too much.
How were you dressed? Did you wear the hat that says press or just something else?
That's a myth. The hat isn't. I did have a badge.
It said beat.
Yeah, I had a badge. We don't have beat badges. We just have general paper badges to get us like into government buildings, meetings, stuff like that. I took it with me. I don't know if I really had to. It wasn't like a closed service, but again, it made me feel like I had a place there.
Did you sign the guest book? Like what?
I did flip through it and like see if there were any names that I knew, and just kind of jotted a couple of them down. So it's like, oh, these people attended, so that like in the article, I could kind of start out with, we were here. Here's who's in attendance. Drop some names. Make sure like I did my research.
Were you doing this? Were you doing this digitally or like with pen and paper?
This is pen and paper. This was a while ago. I did have a laptop, but at that point, I wasn't really using my laptop to take notes. I did everything through my notebook. I did have my tape recorder. So I transcribed everything by hand. Although that automated transcription stuff didn't come out until like after I was out of journalism school and not really working in journalism anymore. So I had my little tape recorder. Luckily, no one saw that because I kind of had it in my blazer pocket. But I was kind of secretly like clicked on during the eulogies, transcribed all those later, pulled a few quotes. Great article.
Walk us through getting scolded. Did they like threaten to throw you out or?
No, it wasn't like a formal scolding. It was just like, it started with a couple dirty looks and I was like pretty defiant. So I'm like, and I was kind of pointing to my badge, like, I'm doing my job. But then this like older man came up to me and he was just like, this is really inappropriate for a funeral. There's a family here that's grieving. I don't know what you're doing. And like, first I pointed to my badge and then he looked really sad. So I felt bad and I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And I like closed my notebook and I just like put it under my butt and sat on it. And I just like crossed my arms and sat there like heart pounding for the rest of the time. And I was like, did anyone else see? Is anyone looking at me? Did the senator see? Like, is my paper going to get in trouble? And I was like, like someone's going to call my paper and they're going to be like, your reporter is super inappropriate. And then I was going to get fired. I was like, I did the whole thing. Like, I'm going to get fired from a college newspaper, which means I'm never going to get an internship, which means I'm never going to get a job.
Okay, Kira. Okay, take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago.
This is dramatic.
Okay. All right. I'm going to need a consensus from the red team.
I'm just like, now that I know you're a journalism major, like you're so good with words, like this is just like, right? It's making this harder.
Yeah, you told that whole story with, Pulitzer Prize winning prose and just amazing. I just think it's true because of the level of detail, It could be false, but I think it's true.
Okay, here's what I think. Okay, hold on. I think Kira pulled from real life experience. Like, I think that was like a lateral story. You know what I mean? Like something similar happened, but I don't think it's totally true.
Because last time she told the story about the pretzels, stealing pretzels and putting them in her bra, and there was just a different vibe when she told the story, and that one was true. So it could be that this one is false.
The stakes are really high. We are winning 3-0. So.
Yeah, well, you've narrowed it down. It could be true or false. So
we'll say true. It seems like a true night.
True or false? It's up to you.
True.
True's fine.
True.
Is it? You say true. You sure?
You say true.
Okay.
I say false.
It's a lie. It's a lie. You almost had it. You almost had it.
And that last round was worth 3 points. So we tied.
Was that a lateral story? Was it lateral?
It was close. It was it was pulling from a lot of different things. But yeah, I was like, okay, I don't know this. I'm going to put it in, because I did journalism school. I was really active on my paper. So I just pulled a lot of random shit from the paper, things that I did, things I did. I didn't have a badge.
You didn't do that at a funeral. You did it at an autopsy once.
I'm like worried for your boyfriend. You are a good liar, sister.
Yeah, you did a good job. Once again, I wrote that, but I was starting to believe it. So that's cool. Yeah, that worked. So 3-1. You managed to salvage that last one there, Kira, and avoided a shutout or a clean sheet, as they say everywhere else in the world. So it's 3-1. The red team is the winner. Let's give him a round of applause. That's a lie. Any final parting words from anyone?
Just show up on time, generally, to places. Just do it. Don't be a dick.
Don't go to the melting pot.
If you're ever in trouble, pretend to be deaf.
What?
Pretend to be. Oh, I get it.
To say, if you have an anxiety disorder, it's possible to get anxiety about things that didn't actually happen.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I will hopefully see you guys next time around. We do it every week on Saturday, and we also do Read My Lips every Friday at 9:00. That's a weird, funny show. There's other stuff out there that we've been doing from Sick Puppies Doghouse Theater. Check us out. Look us up on Facebook and either Sick Puppies or Doghouse Theater. There's stuff, and we're doing it. Support us. We're not opening our doors back up yet because I lost the key. No, because we're just not. We'll wait until we can be funny without being worried at the same time. Right. Being funny and worried is what this show's about, but not what Doghouse Theater is about. So we will see you next time around. Thank you very much for doing this. Casey, Daniel, Jesse, Kira, thanks for doing it. Have a good week. Stay safe. And everyone else, stay safe too. Good night.
Bye. Bye. America.